Good evening and welcome to this week's upload. My name's Emma, stick around for hauls and vlogs and chats. And today we're doing the video that I think I've done every year for maybe a decade. We're doing back to school organisation. So I'll show you some of the bits and bobs I've bought for the children to go back to school. We'll be labelling it. We'll be getting it all ready. I can't wait to get this nice and organised. If you are new here, I have two children. One is 14, she's going into year 10. One is 12, he's going into year 8. How has this happened? How has this happened? So I will be getting everything organised, labelling, getting it all sorted and getting ready for September back to school. Can't believe how fast this year got. Year 7 with my son went literally like that. It was wild. So I have been collecting everything and popping it upstairs. So I'll show you some of the bits and bobs that I've got in case you are thinking about getting some stuff. I might drop in some little top tips if you've got a kid starting secondary school, or might even mention some stuff if you've got kids at primary school. Just school stuff in general. So let's go upstairs and let's get ready for back to school. What I have been doing, oh look at that front angle. What I've been doing is I've been getting stuff and laying it out upstairs. So I've got this room, which we like to lovingly call the cloffice. It's a closet. In fact, it's not even an office anymore. We don't have a desk up here anymore, but it's got like a spare bed and all my like Disney bags and stuff. So I'll show you what we work with, and then I've got to try and remember where I've put my labels. I put them somewhere very specific, and I was like, we're going to keep this safe. This is a safe place to put this. And I've instantly can't remember where they are, but let's show you what we're working with. I've popped them in 2 piles. We've got my sons and we've got my daughters. And I'm actually I'll do like a little bit of a haul in a bit, but I've been laying it out all here. We have got everything for my son apart from school shoes. We've got everything for my daughter apart from a new coat. They've both got, he's got some new PE trainers, which are downstairs. She can wear the PE trainers that she had last year. They're absolutely fine. So I've just been gathering all of the bits. She'd had the same school bag for 2 years, so she needed a new school bag. I don't know what he's been doing with his school bag, but it was absolutely destroyed. So I had to get him a new school bag as well. But maybe I'll just show you some of the bits and bobs that I've got to give you some ideas of what they might need. I've been joined by a wild Margot. Are you going to come up here? Up here? You're going to come and say hello to your little friends? Oh, it's nice that you don't have to go to school, so you can keep me company. You can keep me company, can't you, little baby? You're going to sleep on the bed while I'm doing this. You go there. So we've got a little spare bed. So I will go through some of the bits and bobs that I have got for the kids and just have a little chat about kind of where we get school uniforms from. So, no, she can smell I've got mints and stuff. I have got this year, I've got Erin some long sleeve shirts from George, a 2-pack for £6.50. I'll unpack them whilst I am talking about it. I find that supermarket shirts are really, really good. I used to get the Marks and Spencer's ones because she can't sleep. Because you get the 20% off, but I didn't see that online this year, and I think it might have had something to do with, you know, they had that cyber attack. So I didn't get that this year. I usually order loads and loads of school uniform. But Asda ones are absolutely fine. The kids do actually have a few shirts from last year that are fine. So what I've done is just bought them a couple to top up, and then probably around Christmas I will get some more ones. So Erin's got 2 shirts from George, and then Ethan, I bought a pack of 3 for £8.50 from Sainsbury's. Regular fit shirts, non-iron. Yes, thank you. I don't want to be doing any ironing. What else have I got? I got for Erin we went to Macarthur Glen Outlets yesterday, and I grabbed, she wanted a new school bag, so I grabbed her this Adidas bag that she liked. It's got a side pocket. It's just a pretty bog standard bag, to be honest. She just wanted a black school bag, so pretty bog standard that is. And then for Ethan, that was £19, but there was an offer. If you could, whatever you could fit in the bag, you got 20% off. So I put some, she needed some new trainers, not for school, but like for everyday life. So I put those in the bag and she got 20% off. It worked out pretty much that was free. This was a bit more expensive, and this is the bag that Ethan's gone for. It is a grey Nike bag from TK Maxx, and it came with a pencil case, so that's great. So we can pop some of his bits and bobs in there. I also grabbed from the outlet, he's in that stage, you remember it well, some of you out there. Do you remember that stage of of being a teen, when you wanted to have like plastic bags instead of real bags? So you'd be using, like, in the old days, it'd be like a J. Norman bag or something, and he'd been using like JD Sports bags. So I've got him a bag that looks like it would be a plastic bag, but it's not a plastic bag. It's a drawstring Nike bag for his PE kit. And when I told him, he was actually really chuffed. A little pocket there, so you can put some stuff in there. So I thought that was really good. And I think that instead of £16.99, that was £10.99. So that was really good value. Skirts. Erin has got skirts and Ethan has both got trousers. They've both got skirts and trousers, so I just added a couple more. Pack of 2 from George. Erin is very choosy about what kind of skirts she likes. She's also got a very slim waist. So for Erin, I do size down. So she has got a couple of these. I hope it meets her specific requirements. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it'll be fine. And Ethan, where did I get his trousers from? I think his trousers were Asda. And as I said, he's got 2 pairs. He's quite a tall lad, so actually for him, I end up sizing up, I think. He's 12, and I think I got 13 to 14. Yeah. Just got him a couple of pairs. As I said, he's already got a few. Rather than, like, buying 5 pairs and, you know, recycling the others or giving them, donating them, I just thought, you can have a couple of new pairs, and once your old pairs run out, I can buy you another couple of new pairs, maybe February half term or Christmas. So I've got those. I bought them both socks from Asda. Super soft ankle socks for Erin. 7 pairs for £9. And then 7 pairs of ankle socks for £4. I don't know what the difference is between these 2 socks. They're both ankle socks, but one is more expensive than the other. I think these are more like, probably like a girlier type of cuff. This is the thicker one. I don't know. Socks is a bit of a bone of contention in our house. People are always stealing my socks. People are stealing each other's socks. Everybody's round about socks. Between them, they've got 14 pairs of socks, so we should be all right, as well as the socks I had last year. Now, other little bits that you might not have thought of, but which is really good for teenage bags, are just little things to make their life easier. Obviously, if it was a girl, you could include like time of the month products as well in the bottom of the bag. But some bits and bobs that I get for the kids, I like to get them a little mini deodorant to pop in their PE bag. Just handy to have. Obviously, you've got to go your classic Lynx Africa for your boy. And then I've gone for Dove for my girl. I have got them some Smints each to pop in their bag. I have bought Erin some bobbles for PE. I also saw this, in Boots was, I think it was 3 for 2 for the little miniatures. I've got her some little cleansing wipe. Erin is in year 10. She can wear a little bit of makeup, but say she's going to the gym after school or she's doing PE or whatever, I just thought that might be quite handy just to take her makeup off. I got them both a little hand sanitizer. What else did I get them? I got them some mints. Ethan got Mentos. I got them a little Nivea lip balm. These like little bubbles for Erin, and then I got them both a little pack of pimple patches. Obviously these won't be for school, but this is just so they can have it in their bedroom, because you know teens get spots. Heck, I had a massive spot. Heck, adults get spots, and I just thought that'd be quite handy for them to have. Also, another thing that we really struggle with in our house, brollies. The amount of brollies this house loses, breaks, it is never ending. And I thought, I cannot wait to have another row with a child about where a brolly is. 3 minutes before they're due to leave the house, so I bought them both a brand new brolly in a different colour. I got Erin a red one, and I got Ethan what did I get him? Blue, I think, navy blue. And I got Ethan a navy blue one. Will come back at Christmas. Will these brollies still exist in the world? Possibly not. Possibly not. So I just went on Amazon and just got a cheap brolly. Maybe get one from Peacocks. Maybe get one from Primark. Just brollies. What I'm actually going to do with all these little bits and bobs and mints and baubles and knickknacks and stuff is I am going to do like a little back to school boo basket. I did it last year as well. I love autumn. My children are only going to be children for a short amount of time now. Like Erin is 15 this year, so I've only got a few more years. So for September the 1st, I do like an autumn boo basket. I put in some pyjamas and I give them all the stuff that is nice for September, like the little deodorants, the mints, the baubles, the spot patches, the brollies. Probably put in some gloves as well. That's another thing that always goes missing. So I'm going to do that. So I won't be labelling or packing all that stuff away today. I will do that in another video. I'll do that like in an autumn video. Oh, and another thing I got is iPhone screen glass protector covers. Because again, things get cracked. Things get cracked. So I found out what phones they've got, because they've both got different. They have our old phones. So Erin has my old phones. Ethan has Stephen's old phones. So I've got 3 each of those. So I thought I'd put that in the little boo basket thing as well. And shall we, before I start labelling stuff, shall we? Oh, do I need some scissors? Do you know what? I used to, I don't know. This is not TMI, but it's a bit gross. I used to just use my teeth to bite things. As you get older, your teeth get weaker. And I did that. Chipped the front of my tooth, just biting something. What? I chipped the front of my tooth. So like little tags and things like this that I would have just bit. I have to get scissors. So I'll go and get some scissors. Oh, also tissues. I have got some tissues and I'm going to put a couple of packs of tissue. Actually, I'll put a pack of tissues in each of their... No, I'm going to put a couple of packs of tissues in their little boo basket things. Oh, which one should I put? What's giving autumn? I think I'm going to go for the... Who cares? They're tissues. Maybe the orange ones. Oh, and Erin's school shoes. Look. I hold my hand up and I say, I'm not sure that these school shoes are school... What would the word be? Appropriate her school. But there are Clarks and they have got a good grip on the bottom. She's in year 10. She wanted some like little ballet pumps. So that is what she's got. I went out with her friend to buy them and her friend was like, yeah, that's absolutely fine. So Her shoes broke about 3 weeks before the end of term. And I bought her some like Shoe Zone, a very similar like patent shoes. So she can have those as like standing shoes, and she can have these and swap between the two or whatever she wants to do. But they weren't a vast amount of money, the school shoes. So if they do break or are rubbish, we can get some more. I've tried every type of shoe. I've tried your Doc Martens, I've tried Clarks, I've tried shoes. I've tried every type of shoe in the history of the world. My kids always ruin their school shoes. I've just embraced it. So I'd rather kind of pay like 30 quid-ish and then think, well, I'm going to have to replace them at some point, rather than paying. The Doc Martens were so expensive, and it was something she really, really, really wanted when she started secondary school. I think they were like 100 and something pounds. Oh my gosh, imagine. And they did not last at all. So I'm going for those. Right, I'm going to find some scissors, and I'm going to try and find these flipping labels. I can't find the labels. I'm going to have to go downstairs to find them. So we will. Let's crack on with the pencil case, and then I'll go downstairs and try and find the labels. Maybe I put them where all the school uniform is. Maybe I was like, oh, maybe. Right, he's not going to want to have the pencil case attached. It's a very small pencil case. He's going to have an extra. He's got like a see-through one from last year, and I'm going to just clean it, and he can have all his felts. So he is going to be having in his pencil case 2 pencils with a rubber on the end. He's going to be having in his pencil case. Oh gosh, they're quite big. This pencil case is giving small, guys. It's fitted in 2 black biros. I bought these in packs. Go and check out my back to school stationery haul so you can see. He is also going to be having a folding ruler, which will need to be replaced at some point during the year because it will be snapped. He's going to be having a eraser and sharpener duo. Ooh, fancy. He's going to be having a Brit stick. Lovely. I'm going to cut this little label off here. I will say, if you've got kids going to school, I try and get a bag with a bottle thing on the side. I think that is very helpful. Okay, he is going to be having a black folder go in his bag because he likes to put his homework in there. So I will put that at the back. No, there's a pen missing somewhere. Oh, I hope I haven't given it to his sister. There was a pen. Do you remember I bought a pen that was like a there was a pen that had different colours on it, like a red, green. So I don't know where that is, but I do have some red pens. He does like mark him in multicolours. He has got for this. He had a metal one, but it all got completely bashed and broken. So that will go in his bag. And then those will have to go in a different pencil case, which he's already got. And then I'm going to see if I can fit. Where the heck has that pen gone? Highlighters. Erin has got all of this if you watch the stationery haul, but she is sorting it out herself. I'm going to keep it out because I'm going to put a little sneaky label, because the thing is with these things, there's only so many bags in the world, so you end up with kids all having the same bags. I bought Ethan a... Where's that pen? Where the heck has that pen gone? That's so annoying. Anyway, I bought Ethan a Nike coat. And then he came back one day with this coat. I was like, that coat is very small for you. And it's because all the kids had the same coat, and it was a little girl's coat. And luckily, because we'd both labelled the coats, I was able to contact the head of year 7 and be like, he's come back with somebody else's coat. And within the hour, we'd sorted out where the coat had gone. Right, let's go and try and find these labels, and then I'll come back. Today this could be the greatest. I found the labels. So every year I show you my labels. There's different types of labels you can go from different places. If you want labels for little kids, this might be a really good option. These are called tinymee.com, and you can get pictures popped on the labels. So if your kid can't read it yet, you can go and find the jumper with the fox on. So that's a good idea. You can get, oh, here we go. Here's another brand that I've used in the past. Petite Fernand. And these are like ones with footballs on. So your water bottle is the one with the football on. You just have to pray nobody else puts footballs on. But we've got those. So those are obviously like from when they were little. And I just keep, these have been coming out. I've probably had these 10 years. And then other ones we've had is this brand, of which I've got one. Don't know what the brand is. But the one I have, maybe I might have to order one more time in my time of being a parent. I am Emma Conway. I have Ethan Conway. I have Erin Conway. We're all E Conway. Saves money on the labels. When I was little, my mum had all the labels with Miss Wetton on. So she could use them for me, and she could use them for my sister. Very clever. So E Conway. And I did get a comment once, many moons ago, going, don't label stuff. You know, it's really uncool to have stuff labelled. I hide the labels, but things get lost, and I don't want the things to get lost. And my kids don't care if stuff's labelled or not. So, yeah, I might label the bag, but I'm going to label it in the bottom corner that nobody will see. I don't label shoes. Things like calculators are good to label because obviously they always have the same ones. I label shirts, and I will generally find, so this bit here, and then I will just label it underneath there. You can just use a Sharpie, you could just write an E on it, you can do a dot on it, whatever, but it is worth labelling it. What else? Oh, here's other type of labels that is, I'm not this mom, but you might be better than me. I was sent these, I did not purchase these. You can get sewing labels. These are the kind of things that I used to have when I was little, so it says Conway on it. But no, I'm stickers. So with these labels that stick, let's use, I'm going to do Ethan's pencil case. And as an example, still not found that pen. I don't know where that's gone. It's annoying, isn't it? I'm going to look through everything. Take the label. And I will just pop it on the bottom. You hold it down for a little bit, and that should stay there solidly. You can even put these things on like lunch boxes. They're so good. They're so handy. Do I label his ruler? I don't think I'm going to label his ruler. I think I did last year, but I don't think I'll label his ruler. I'm just going to resign myself to the fact that at some point he's going to need another ruler, and we're all going to have to come to terms with that. So I'm just going to label everything now. And then I'm actually going to go into my little pen drawer over there, and I'm going to put red and green biros in there because I cannot find that other clicky biro thing, and I'm going to have to buy him another one at some point. I'm so cross. This is the pen, but I don't think he's going to want a rose gold one. I bought him just like a normal one. Do you remember? Must have fallen out the car, or I don't know. But I know he needs red pens, so I'm going to put 2 red pens in. And then next time I see one, I'll grab one. But I'll put, should I put a purple one in? No, he likes Z. I'm going to put these in. And then this is where the kids can come. There's pencils, black pen, any pens they need during the year, they can just come up and grab them. Pencils, everything they want is in here. I think that's pretty much it. we're labelled. What I'm going to do now is go downstairs and put these white shirts where they need, because they're all like, they need ironing, or maybe should I shove them in through the wash? Perhaps. I know some people are like, I always wash new things. I'm going to go through, I've bought them all new underwear as well, so I'm going to go through, get rid of any like tatty underwear. I don't know about you lot, but I always, when going through the kids' underwear, find like a pair of pants from when they were 3. I'm like, what's this still doing in here? So I'm going to go through their underwear because Ethan's out at a club and Erin's actually with my mum this afternoon, so I've got a free afternoon, which is rare for the summer holidays. So I'm going to go through that. They didn't need any school jumpers. Ethan's blazer still fits him. I bought Erin a new blazer last year. The blazers are lasting like a couple of years, so that's good. Ethan doesn't need a new school coat. Erin definitely needs a new school coat, so I need to look out for a school coat. And Ethan needs some school shoes. We've got his trainers. And just other things that you might want to have in the house if your children are starting secondary school or primary school or any kind of school. I haven't had to use this for a long time, but I've got it if I need it. Knit lotion. Haven't used this for years and years and years. But that is one thing, when they were at primary school, I was like, wished I'd had in the house. Knit lotion, plasters, big plasters, plasters for blisters, Calpol, ibuprofen, cough medicine, throat lozenges, just stuff like that's really handy to have in the house because kids pick up bugs, kids pick up all sorts of stuff, shoes, rub. Definitely make sure you've got spare pens, paper, just anything they need. You know they're going to be leaving homework to the last minute. You know at some point in 2025, 2026, one of your children is going to come to you and be like, I've got to do an art project tomorrow on the Great Fire of London. And you're like, what the heck are you talking about? So I've got a set of drawers. I can't show you now because I've got all suitcases in front of it. I've got a set of drawers with paints in, paper, tissue paper, stickers. Another excellent thing to have is go to the card factory or go to Home Bargains and buy a selection of miscellaneous birthday cards. Just miscellaneous birthday cards, cards that could be used for boys, cards that could be used for girls, because at some point you're going to be invited to a birthday party. At some point, especially I find with Erin, she's like, oh my gosh, it's so-and-so's birthday tomorrow. And you're like, what? And you got to get a card from somewhere. Also, I have a present box that has presents in. It used to be I could just put like toys and stuff in, but now obviously, I mean, I will say that Ethan hasn't really been doing this. If he's invited to a birthday party, we give a present, or I have noticed with boys, maybe not your boys, but with Ethan's school, like money can be given or vouchers. But with the girls, they like stuff, don't they? So I've got a box with like little knickknacks in that Erin can give out for birthday presents. Just stuff like that is really handy to have. Another thing is, if your child's starting secondary school, I would get 2 school ties. You might be like, oh, what a waste of money. They're going to lose a tie. And it's not going to be lost because they're going to find the tie. But they're not going to find the tie in time for them to go to school. You're going to be, are you ready? Haven't got a tie. And not having a tie is the kind of thing that they do get in trouble for at school. You don't want your kids to get in trouble for school for not having a tie. So just have a spare tie. Just have a spare tie. Maybe if your kids all go to the same school, just have one extra tie, the family tie. I think that's really, really helpful. Is there any other tips that with secondary school, I found it really helpful to get them an alarm clock, get them a washing basket in their room. With Erin, we had a sheet of what needed to be in school on what days stuck on her wardrobe. She doesn't have that anymore. That was in year 7. And with Ethan, he had a box that he could put his books. It's not like the old days. And if when you were at school, we didn't have lockers, but we used to keep everything in our desk, so everything was just at school. But now they have to carry everything around. It's hard work. If you've got boys and they're doing football, make sure the football boots are in plastic bags, otherwise everything's going to get filthy. Make sure you check the football boots. I had parents' evening with Ethan, and it was a gorgeous parents' evening because he's a gorgeous kid. He's so lovely. But when the PE teacher came on, I just said, I need to ask you a question. So
they do like these Zoom parents' evenings, and I think you get like 5 minutes. So they talk about the kid, and I could see there was like 45 seconds left. I was like, I need to ask you a question. He's like, well, I was like, how do I clean football boots? And he had to tell me how to clean football boots because I had no idea. I had no idea how to clean a football boot. And Stephen didn't have no idea because like his mum always did it. So learn how to do all that stuff. But if you have any questions, obviously I've had children go from reception up until year 10 now. I'm happy to answer them in the comment. Also, you might be from a different country and not understand how the school system works. Happy to answer that. But I love doing this video. I feel super organised. I'm going to go through their wardrobes now, see if there's anything that's too small I can donate, anything that needs to go in the bin because it's just disgusting. And go through all their socks, take my own socks back. But I feel kind of organised. And when this goes up, we've still got like another 2.5 weeks left of the summer, so plenty of time to get school shoes. I think I'm on top of everything. I'm actually going to put on some comfy clothes and just do a bit of cleaning in their rooms, like sort of all that. And another thing I will say with secondary school, especially with year 7, is you might have to let things slide a bit. It's a big adjustment. They are exhausted. The first time they are so exhausted, their room might be a mess sometimes. They've got all these crazy hormones. They might be a bit mean sometimes. They're definitely going to sleep in, and sometimes you're just going to have to like suck it up and just think, right, I've got to be a bit gentle, help them tidy their rooms a little bit, help them organise themselves a little bit, because they're so frazzled. It's so much for their little kind of like tweeny brains to come to terms with. We need to throw extra love on them, even though we're like, this is really stressful, you need to get out of the house now. What do you mean you've lost your tie? What do you mean you need to do a Fire of London project? We need to just be like, and then zen ourselves. Right, my loves, I'm going to be back next week for another upload. Not sure what it is yet. Maybe we might have a little autumn mooch around. I'm not sure. I love you lots. I'll chat to you in the comments. Go and follow me on Instagram to catch up what I'm doing in some holidays. Probably hanging out with my kids looking frazzled. I love you lots, and I'll see you soon.